Hello, welcome to Extreme Gameplays, where I play games tirelessly. I know it's a messy setup, but today I'm ranking the God of War bosses in a tier list, so it's all the bosses in the series, even the mobile game, yes. Thank you guys so much for the awesome support. The God of War Iceberg getting 100,000 views, the walkthrough's doing good, everything is doing good, and the top 5s are doing crazy. They're actually better than the quote quality videos that I upload on Wednesdays. I upload top 5s on Tuesdays, or even some short videos on Tuesdays sometimes. Also, quality videos, long videos on Wednesdays, so just like this one right here. I hope this is quality, I don't know, but yeah, let's get into the tier list. Okay, so this is the tier list right here. Hold on, let me zoom a little bit. This is the tier list right here, all the bosses. Hopefully, I hope it's all the bosses, I don't know. It's on this site, Create a God of War Bosses Tyr List. I just hopped onto it, so let's try this out. So this is the tier list. We have the highest, so the double S, let's make it a triple S, you know, I'm a DMC player. The triple S is like the best. S and A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, F. Where's E? I don't know. Okay. And the lowest, which is Baldur 2, like straight out, hold on, yeah. Let's just start off the video like this because this is the worst boss fight ever. Okay, why is Baldur 2 so bad? It's poorly designed, it has color-coded shtick going on to it, and I hate color-coded stuff. If you are a combo enthusiast, or a combos as I'd like to call it, you know why this boss is a badly designed boss fight, because it's all clear for you. Okay, so first, goons. Now, goons are fun. Like, you have the Colossus boss fight, you have a lot of boss fights. Hercules is one of my favorite boss fights ever, and it has goons in it, and it's still fun. Zeus too kinda has goons in it, where Zeus summons other Zeuses to fight you, and you fight the Zeuses until you end Zeus's life. I'm saying it's good when you know how to do it, but when you don't know, aka the Baldur 2 fight, it's really bad and messed up, because in God of War 4 you're not really having that fun when you fight Baldur 2. It's not even hard, it's just tedious. He jumps. Okay, let's get to Baldur now. He jumps a lot, drops down, does these stupid attacks. He doesn't have a lot of new attacks compared to when you fight him at the start. And the first fight is actually a triple S for me. You're gonna see me put it in there in a moment. But the first fight is really just like crazy. Like, I don't know how to get to it. I love it so much. You can juggle him. You know, where the Baldur 2 you cannot launch him and attack him and stuff. In Baldur 1, you can attack him with any of the 3 weapons you have. The Guardian Shield, the Blaze of Chaos, and the Leviathan Axe. In this one, oh no, he's color-coded, baby. So you can only attack him, if he turns blue, you can only attack him with the Blaze of Chaos. If he turns orange, you can only attack him with the Leviathan Axe. And you can just attack him with bare-handed attacks and stuff, no matter what he does or what color he is. Listen, this is stupid. If you want to experiment with the combat of the game, if you want to really have fun with the game, you should be able to combo the life, you should be able to jump this brother right here to death. And not to be restricted and not being able to do moves that you would do normally to other bosses or to other enemies. That's the dumb thing here. Yeah, Baldur 2 is just so bad on a lot of levels. Just the goons are not in place. It shouldn't have any goons. It's dumb, especially the first or second phase, where that other giant attacks. Freya is freaking you in the back while you're fighting her son, and it's bad. Okay, let's start from the top, actually. Let's not skip like this. Okay, Magni and Modi. I'm gonna put Magni and Modi on the A rank. It is really fun. You know, they fight you fun, but you know why I put it in the A rank? Okay, so you have them doing that stupid order, brother, bring there, doing something, and just everything turns black and you have to defend yourself. It literally turns into a RE4 section where you have to, you know, throw the harpoons at that monster in the sea. I forgot its name. It's not El Gigante, that's another enemy, I don't know. This one kinda does the same, and I hate that. It's not fun. You might have even seen me in my God of War 4 boss fisting video that I skipped that. Everyone who plays that, SMVR, you have GBG, people who play this, they all skip this stupid section because it's not fun. You're just, game turns into a shooter all of a sudden. So that's why it takes the A spot. Other than that, it's so fun. The finale's fun. Before you start, it's fun. How it's going, the flow of the fight, everything is just so cool and fun. What is this witch? I think this is the witch from God of War. I can't see it clearly. Hold on. Yeah, it is the witch. Okay, that goes in Baldur 2. That's not a boss fight. That's a poorly choice of just putting it as a boss fight. Okay, this Cerberus is going... Oh, it's from God of War 2. Alright, so this Cerberus is not that fun. You know, let's not even talk about him. This goes in the D section. Because that's just a random enemy. I don't know why it's even a boss here. Is that an ancient? Oh god, it is. Okay, so the ancients go in the F tier. Listen, I'm not playing a shooting game. I'm playing God of War. Don't tell me that I should wait for his chest to open up, throw the axe, pick up Semtexes from the ground. No, I'm not doing any of that. There are some moments where he opens up his chest and you can go and just jump his chest, but those moments are not, they're not so visible in there. Okay, next we have the Pandora's Guardian. Now, one thing I did forget here about the other bosses I listed, I did not talk about the music. So, okay, so the Magni and Modi music is so cool. The Baldur 2 music is cool, but the boss sucks, so it stays in Baldur 2. Other than that, I don't think these guys have a lot of music going on to them. Okay, but Pandora's boss fight, it definitely goes into the S rank. Listen, I have a lot of fun memories fighting this guy. I remember on every platform that I played this game on, I had a manual save that would allow me to just go and fight him. I used to fight him all day when I was a kid. Now I'm also planning that again, like now that I have a PS3, of course. Expect videos of God of War 1, 2, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, Ascension, like that's 5 games. Bro, that's 5 games! So expect videos of me fighting Pandora's Guardian or any other boss in a fun, stylish, fun way. I don't know. It goes in the S rank because it's fun. It has a gimmick into it. You have to go back and throw the arrow into him and stuff. How it starts and how badass KRATOS is. I'm talking about every aspect in here, so... And the best thing for me is the music. Like, you hear this music at the start of every video. Even this one. Maybe you're gonna hear it at the start of this video. The music is crazy. I love it so much. Next we have Hraezlyr from God of War 4. This boss fight goes in the A section. Listen, here's why it goes in the A section. It's a big boss in a God of War 4. In God of War 4. What's in a God of War 4? It's a big boss in God of War 4, and that's fun. That was fun. Thank you for this amount of fun. I loved fighting a big boss. Like, thank you for adding one big boss. You know, I have talked before that I love bosses that are the same size as KRATOS or close, you know, like, you have the Hercules, the Zeus, the Lahkesis and Atropos, those enemies, you know? The dragon kind of changed that up for God of War 4. I know I loved small enemies, but small enemies in God of War 4, the bosses I'm talking, but you have Baldur 2 that fucked the life out of the game at the end. But that's whatever. You know, you have Baldur 1 that's fun, Sigrun, Magni and Modi. These bosses are fun. This dragon made it really cool. You know, you just fight him, you feel badass. You feel like you're in the old days of God of War and stuff. It has some fun gimmicks, you know, you throw the stuff, then you jump his head and stuff, and then you wait for him. He switches places. It's fun. You gotta defend yourself against some stuff. It's fun. All that I'm saying. It's not always just throw. You can also attack his hand and stuff. This boss fight is really fun, and the music is 10 out of 10. I love the music of Hraezlyr. It just feels euphoric. I don't know. Next we have... I forgot what's his face. Is this Hermes' son or Zeus' son? I don't know. From God of War Betrayal. This guy goes into Baldur... Nah. This is more fun than Baldur. This is even more fun than the Ancients, okay? Take that. Take that. Don't add Ancients and Baldur 2 fight physics in the game. Completely remove the color-coded shit that goes on in God of War. This is not an RPG game, for the love of God. This is a God of War game. Look at the old games. You fight a Minotaur with your blades. You fight Pandora's Guardian with your blade. You fight everything with everything, and that's the fun in here, so yeah. Alright, so next we have this thing that you fight on the horse in God of War 2. I'm gonna put this in the C section of the tier list. It's a really fun boss fight. I have mentioned before that I love these sections in God of War 2, where you ride the horse, where you go in the air, where you hit enemies from the left, you gotta dodge, you gotta go fast, you gotta hit them with the bow and arrow. It's fun. Okay, point is, I love this. Now, why it's in the C section? Because, I mean, the music is really, it's a 10 out of 10 music. Like, the background music for this boss kills it all. But other than that, it's not something way too crazy. Like, you're just... It's fun, but it's not the craziest. Okay, what is this next one? Is this Sigrun? Oh, Sigrun now. Do I need to... This is Mimir's X right here. Now, Mimir's X goes in the triple S section, no question in that, so... Let's just get into why Mimir's X is the, like, one of the best boss fights ever in God of War. It's hard, but not like the Baldur 2 hard, where it's tedious, it's dumb, it's not fair, it's annoying, it's not fun, it's everything that's not good, it's everything that's not good. That's it, that's all I have. This one, the music, 10 out of 10. Let's just get that out of the way. Like, the background music that goes on, the OST, it slaps, boys! How you fight her. Okay, everyone took them like 100 tries to finally beat Sigrun. You gotta learn her moves and stuff. It takes skill. That's what I want in my God of War game. Skill, not tediousy or tediousness. I don't know how to phrase that. Point is, Sigrun is hard, but fairly hard. It's the Dark Souls hard. It does suck sometimes where you use a runic attack and it does nothing, but it's still like one of my favorite bosses of all time. Maybe it was my third or fourth favorite boss fight, maybe fifth. It's in my top 5. That's just there. Sigrun. How hard it is, it's fun. You finally beat her, the satisfaction. The story behind her, it's great. Who's the real queen? Valkyrie and not Mimir's X. Sigrun is beautiful. I love her. I see where Mimir is coming from. Sigrun takes the triple S. Next we have this. This is not a boss fight. Come on, this is a normal Gorgon. What is this? This goes in the D section. You know, any enemy that is supposed to be a boss fight is gonna go in the D section because those are normal enemies from the other God of War games and stuff. This guy is okay. This guy goes in the Baldur 2 section, but he's still better than Baldur 2. Listen, even this witch. See this witch? This is better than Baldur 2. Everything is better than Baldur 2. Baldur 2 has his own list, has his own, like, tier called Baldur 2. Colossus. Now, Colossus goes in the S section. Okay, why is that? Listen, Colossus is so fun. I even put him in my top 10 bosses based on fun. And this is just a big boss with some gimmicks that you have to do. I know you do hit him a lot. It's like, this is something fun, because this is a big boss that you hit him. You know, and that's the great thing that they do sometimes. Like, they have some big bosses in God of War that you actually hit. I know you don't hit the dragon that much, but Colossus, you're actually just slicing that meat. It's not meat, I'm sorry. So you start in God of War 2 with this guy stalking you and ghosting you and all that. You go all the way and you feel the tension and everything. The first fight, it's cool, but it doesn't last that long. The second fight is where everything picks up. So let's get this out of the way. The music is 10 out of 10. Everything that goes in the triple S or S or maybe even A is a 10 out of 10. It's crazy. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Now, how you fight him in the second phase is just like that. It's so fun. I can never get enough of it. I was playing it the other day. I even uploaded the video. It's so crazy fun, and everything around you is like the atmosphere in there, the sky, everything you see, like, you know, fire cannons and stuff flying. You just like feel like you're in the moment and you're fighting Colossus of Rhodes. It's crazy. I can't get enough of this boss fight ever since I was a kid. Like, it's just so fun. And yeah, it's like it sets up a place that you know there's war going around here and there. Zeus is around you, just gliding. You're fighting this big monster and you take his hand. In the third fight, it picks up even crazier because you need to get the Blade of Olympus. And it has a fun gimmick where he just smashes the ground. It has some attacks that stop you from getting the Blade of Olympus. So you gotta hit him 3 times and then slowly drag the blade of Olympus from the ground and stuff. You put all your godly power into the blade, and you know the rest. It's fun. Where the fun stops, where not really the fun stops, it's still fun, like you're inside of this monster. Okay, so atmospherically, it's still really cool. It looks crazy. You're inside of this big asshole in here. And I know you're fighting normal enemies, hitting R1 and stuff. You do a puzzle in his head where it has this, I think it's the punching bag that stops his eye from his eye beams, and I don't know what I'm talking about. It's fun, you know, like the atmosphere in there. When it comes to fun in combat, no, nothing. But the music is still there. You still feel like you're inside of a robot, and it's really cool. It's like you go up to that one chest and you see outside, and you see that it's still war going around. It's crazy. Everything's crazy in there. And yeah, then you jump and he smashes you, and you know, it's all fun. Thanatos from God of War Ghost of Sparta. This guy goes in the A. Yeah, he does go in the A tier. This guy is really fun. Like, you fight him with Deimos and stuff. You give Deimos your other weapon and all that. And how you fight him and what he does. And at the start where he tells you you're a pawn in a game that you don't even know is being played. That's an awesome wordplay, I think. And yeah, how you fight him and the music going on. The music is crazy. The way you fight him is really fun. So he starts small, you hit him a little bit, you start jumping in with your brother and all that. Then he transforms into a big state, and you gotta hit him even more, transforms back. It's fun, you know, you come back and forth with him. It's not really the most fun for combat, because you're just spamming 5 squares in a triangle. That's all you're doing, basically. Where it really picks up is at the end where he kills Deimos. Now, KRATOS took these attacks like a champ. You know, he took them attacks 15 times and he didn't even die. Deimos did not even take it once. He's a pussy. No, seriously. He kills Deimos. You get really angry. I just uploaded a top 5 video talking about my favorite. It's like basically my top 5 angry moments in the series. And I put that at number 1 because you've never seen KRATOS this angry. So KRATOS literally transforms into a Super Saiyan, and you just have unlimited Therabane. Therabane is the fire from God of War Ghost of Sparta. Amazing. Like, the rage even translates into the gameplay, and I love when games do that. But yeah, it definitely deserves the A spot, like, especially how you kill him, where KRATOS is just so angry, he's had enough. Now, this Cerberus is... why? Stay in here. You're like the... Okay, maybe he's better than this Cerberus, listen. Okay, I'm sorry, camera. Sorry, mic. Okay, this Cerberus is better than the first Cerberus that you fight in God of War 2, but it's still, like, just a Cerberus, you know, like, it's not that crazy of a thing. It's not a crazy Devil May Cry 3 Cerberus, okay? Next, you have KRATOS' mom! Because his mom is so fat, she turned into a monster. I'm gonna put this at the B section. Your mom is so fat, she told your father Zeus, and she turned into a monster. Let's get serious here. The music is tragic. Everything, the emotions and stuff going in here. Emotional damage. The way you fight her, man, is like what the player sees is that you're fighting a monster. Imagine what KRATOS was watching throughout the entirety of this, and then he has to kill his mother. It's sad. That's all that I have for this, man. This fight is very tragic. And combat-wise, it's fun. Like, you dodge, you hit him, you dodge, you hit him, you dodge. It's not bad. It's really good. It's such a nice boss. God of War Ghost of Sparta had some of the best bosses, which takes us to our next boss. Thanatos is... I was about to say whore, but I just said it, so yeah. This boss is fun. I don't remember a lot of it because I haven't played God of War Ghost of Sparta in a while, and I'm planning to play it after I finish God of War Ascension, God of War 2, God of War 1. After I finish these 3, I'm going to start God of War Ghost of Sparta playthroughs, and then I'm going to fight this biatch in a fun way. So I don't remember a lot about this. I'm going to put it in the B section, but I remember it having some fun gimmicks where she spawned the harpies, you had to fight with her and stuff. She gives you a crazy magic attack. The way you reach her and you fight her and stuff. I also remember her going into this crazy state where she turns into a bird, goes down, you follow her while you slide and stuff. it's fun. You know, it's a really, really fun boss. I'm not saying it's not fun. It's just that I haven't played it a lot. That's why it's in the B section, you know? What else I remember? Like, when it ends, you're just gliding and you gotta dodge. It's just like God of War 3. You know, God of War Ghost of Sparta and God of War 3 came out in the same year. Like, God of War 3 2010, I think it was the start. God of War Ghost of Sparta came out at the end of 2010. It's really fun. I love this boss fight. Next we have the Kraken. The Kraken goes in the B section as well. Is it more fun than this? Nah, listen, it's kind of a puzzle kind of boss if you watched it or played it or anything. It's like you gotta put the dead carcass right next to you, the last Spartan that you just killed, on the buttons so that it opens up a place that has some smoke coming out of it where you can glide up to his head and hit him with the Rampage of the Furious of all moves. That's what I used to do. Then you climb his hand, cut that hand, climb another hand, or should I say tentacles? I don't know. You cut that hand. The thing why I put this boss in B and not maybe C or D, because you know it's a puzzly boss fight. It's not like Colossus where you go really far with him and stuff. The reason I put him in the B spot is because like okay, let's start. You just got done killing one of the most honorable people ever in the world. It's like that was the last Spartan. Wow. And you killed him while he was trying to reach the Sisters of Fate to change Sparta's fate. Like, imagine reaching the end game and you see him and you're like, and you kill him accidentally again. Let's not digress this much. Let's just go back to the Kraken. How you go? No, like when the fight starts, Kratos is in a pissed off state where you can hit one of the 4 buttons and Kratos says something based on what button you press. Kratos is pissed, you move slow, you're not running around and stuff at the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then the big tentacle monster holds you in his hand and you're like going this vision of old times. So one more time for old time's sake. Dre, drop that beat, scratch that brake, and just blow a little bit of the smoke my way, and let's go. He sends you back in some time for the old times and stuff where not old times, I think it was still present. It's just that Kratos goes in this perspective where he sees the world. The world is just destroyed and all that. His waifu comes in, I don't know, she was dead, but it's not her, it's Gaia just telling Kratos, keep going. We know we're gonna betray you later, but just please keep going. And Kratos, you know, at first Kratos thought it was his wife. I'm sorry, my love. And all that words. Kratos gets kind of sentimental in there. I don't know. Kratos gets the new Rage of Titans. It's not really new, it's just story-wise it's kind of new. You fight the big tentacle monster and you beat him and you go on your way. You go on your way and you reach the best boss fight in the history of video games. But I don't know why it's not here. Maybe we're gonna reach it later. Anyways, oh actually there it is. You know what, let's skip. Let's not. Let's stop. Hold on. I just got done explaining Kraken. Let's not jump that crazy. This boss, I don't know what his name is, goes in the A section. He's more fun than the dragon. Definitely more fun. This boss in God of War Ascension, you fight him twice. I'm pretty sure you fight him twice. Like, first time you fight him on top of that big tower thingy where the snakes turn the thingy to reach the thingy temple. You fight this guy at the top. And it's such a fun boss. Like, I've never seen a boss that glides around this much in a fun way where you hit him. Like, how you saw the boss fight go, it was so fun. The music was good, not the best, maybe a 5 out of 10. But the fight is good. Like, he moves around, he does a wide variety of moves where you have to know how to counter any of them. You keep on hitting him, you finally drop to the ground, you cut one of his wings off, you keep on fighting, he starts summoning his pets. It's not the prettiest thing ever, but he starts summoning his pets and all that. It's a fun boss, okay? I love it. Then you fight him again and I forgot what happens in the second boss. I think he just comes back with like one wing and you fight him, that's all. Helios is not a boss fight. He goes in the... He's still better than Baldur 2, but not better than the Witch or anything. He's not a boss fight, it's just a cutscene, you know? Come on, please. Okay. So, Helios goes in the Baldur 2 section because it's not a fight. Like, you never fight Helios. You fight Chimera, which is a normal enemy. You fight a Cyclops, which is a normal enemy. You fight some of those normal enemies that are still normal enemies. Then you get to him and you take his... I don't want to show it. I don't want to get demonetized. Next we have this guy. I think his name is Perseus. I have a lot of memories with this beast right here. Where should I put him? Okay, in the A spot. Better than Thanatos. Better than the dragon as well. Better than this bird thingy in God of War Ascension as well. Perseus, I think that's his name. Please don't tell me I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm pretty sure his name is Perseus. In God of War 2, you reach that one place where, you go over that big, gigantic chain connecting the temple with the horses. You reach this guy, and he talks a lot of smack. And when I first reached him when I was a kid, I was like, man, what are these guys? They always talk shit, and they always get their ass eaten by KRATOS. And this guy, I had the most satisfaction killing, because this son of a bitch just talked a lot of smack, and he was so annoying. He was hard, how you fight him and stuff. Even on the hardest difficulty right now today, he's still hard. I'm definitely gonna be struggling against him in the hardest difficulty. The music, 10 out of 10. I use it a lot in my videos as well. How he looks, and he's in the same size, and he does a lot of moves and stuff. A lot of people I think Captain Cuba hated where this enemy spawned the Minotaurs. I absolutely love it because he puts a lot more pressure on Kratos. Like, that's some goons used correctly, in my opinion. Because, like the Minotaurs are there, he's throwing lightning towards you and stuff. It's fun. At one point, like at first you fight him on the ground, he goes up then, you gotta hit him with the bow, and then you gotta grab him and just... This guy has the most violent death in the history of gaming. Like, Kratos just uses him to open a locked door. Using a man to open a locked door. Oh my god. I'm just thinking about it. Like, imagine what his head turned into. Like, his head turned into a... I don't know, really. I can't describe what his head turns into. Okay, is this the Nemean lion? I forgot his name. This is the lion from God of War Ghost of Sparta. This is not a very bad boss fight. It's fun. It goes in the C section. Not more fun than this one, for me personally. Like, it's fun how you fight him. How it looks is really cool. You fight him in the prison in God of War Ghost of Sparta. I still remember all that and stuff. But it's not the best. Like, the best. Hermes from God of War 3. We're kind of entering towards God of War 3 territory, where it has some of the best bosses of all time. It has 3 bosses that are really fun, and I don't know, we'll get to it. Hermes goes in the D section. You know why? Because you're not really... Okay, maybe not D, listen. He goes in the C section. Alright? You're not hitting him, you're chasing him. It's really fun. I know most of it is scripted, like every time you play you gotta go in one way. But it's just fun, man. You have about the same amount of satisfaction as Kratos has when he kills him, because you're like, those are some nice shoes, and you literally take his feet off, and not just shoes. Like, you could have perfectly asked for some feet pics, but no, Kratos is violent. Okay, so you kind of really hurt him. That's the point. You chase him around and stuff. It's really fun. The section where you chase him is the most fun you're ever gonna have. Next is this, I forgot his name. Euryale, I think. Euryale, I think that was her name. This girl goes in the A section. Not more fun than Thanatos, but it's... Okay, is it more fun than Thanatos? Nah. Yeah, actually. Hey, it's not more fun than Hraezlyr, at least. It's more fun than Thanatos, but it's not more fun than Hraezlyr. It's more fun than Hraezlyr. It's not as fun as Hraezlyr, sorry, and it's more fun than Thanatos. I love it. You reach her and the introduction is crazy. She comes in and breaks the statue right next to you, and you look at her like a badass ghost from Sparta who killed his wife and daughter. It's fun. That's all that I have to say. Like, she goes onto those pillars that you gotta drop her down after hitting it a while and stuff. And then you take her head and use it as a magic attack, and it's, you know the rest. This guy goes in the F. No, maybe not F. Listen, this guy goes in the... Everyone's more fun than Baldur, don't tell me that. This guy goes in the Baldur 2 section because it's not a boss really, it's just... It's not a boss. You just hit him. Okay, listen, maybe it's in the F section. Maybe I'm treating it too harsh. It's not like Helios where it's nothing. It's just... This guy goes in the F section. It's more fun than the Ancients. Just remove Ancients from any game possible. He's even more fun than this guy. What is this? Okay. This giant in here goes in the F section. Does he go in the F section? He goes in the F section, you know, because you're not fighting him. You're fighting some normal enemies. And he's more fun than the Ancients. Thank you. Not more fun than this, you know, because you're fighting the son of Hermes in here. It's kind of, you know. Hercules goes in triple S. He's not more fun than Sigrun. Hercules' music is so crazy. It's the same music from Rhodes. It builds up slowly. It's crazy. The fight starts where you talk to Hera. Hera says, destroy him, and goes drinks her. I think she drinks some bath water. Or some poor piss. I don't know. Point is, she calls Hercules. Hercules comes in, and Kratos actually gives Hercules a chance. He gives Hercules a chance to get away. Maybe 3 times. I don't know. He just keeps on telling him, and this guy is just so salty. He's just pissed. He wants to fight you no matter what. No matter how you do it, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. This guy wants to fight you and take your throne, even though Olympus is falling down right now, like right in front of you. Okay, so the fight starts. He's at the top. He's not fighting at the start, and this fight starts off crazy where Kratos is standing like this and starts hitting the enemies around him and stuff. I always do the Cyclone of Chaos. Everyone does, right? And yeah, it's fun at the start. This is a boss fight where it explains goons done right. This is how you include small enemies with a boss fight. It's fun. At the start, it starts like this. Then he comes down and he says, I shall take this on my own and stuff. Drops down, he fights you with the goons. He leads them, says attack Kratos, and they come onto you, and you gotta free yourself, and you can... I can't wait to fight this guy one-handed. That's a series on my channel in which, if you still haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I play stylish games. I play a lot of God of War games. I do top 5s. I talk about games. I review games. I have an iceberg video that just reached 100k views, and it's crazy. Guys, if you enjoy content like this, make sure to drop a like, to subscribe, to stay zesty while doing all of that. I try to make the best content for my people, for my fellas over there watching me. So make sure to subscribe, to tune in for more content any day of the week. Thank you. Yeah, Hercules, you kind of start hitting him more and more. His enemies decrease a little bit. Then you hit him with the door stuff and you kick him in the face and you take his things. Then you take off his shoulder thingy and he wakes up and says, armor's for weaklings. This guy's voice actor is 11 out of 10. I can't describe how fun it is fighting this guy, and he's talking and all that. It's just so cool. I love it. And then he says armor's for weaklings and smashes the ground and everyone's gone. It's just you, him, and the big bitch staring at the top of that pedestal. I don't know what she's doing, but she's staring. You fight him and now it's a one-on-one, and this is where you bully this man to death. You turn his face into a cream pie. Yeah, seriously. You fight him at first, like it's a one-on-one. Then he kind of goes, yeah, smashes 2 gauntlets together, and he has one of the 2 most badass gauntlets ever in the world. And so this guy goes to his mother slash wife slash auntie slash grandma, and he tries to boast in front of her, says, the God of War's throne will be mine. Well, you're right behind him and you punch him in the rib. He drops down, you take his thing, and you just punch him really hard in the face. Oh, there's that one video, the Godfather, where my man Sydney, I think, or Cindy, I think, says he punches the man out of the gauntlet. Like, he just sends the man flying out of the gauntlet. The gauntlet stays in space. He gets out of the gauntlet. And you take the gauntlet, and that's where you go ham on this man. You smoke him, as Sydney said. I'm really sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. He just treats him bad, man. He just... Oh god. Okay, so you're hitting him, then the fight ends where he tries to like destroy the whole landscape and stuff. You go up to him and beat him, and you just make the worst case scenarios of his dreams come true. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, you just start punching him. Not punching anything. I'm just doing this because it's... You find yourself on top of him. I know this sounds inappropriate, but this is what happens. This man, okay, you break the ground with him. Like, that should be clear. You hit him 50 times, then you break the ground with him in the last punch, and that's how you kill a brother right there. Next we have these guys that I fought in God of War Ascension, where they're really hard. These guys go in the A section, alright? They're more fun than Hraezlyr. They're hard. At first you gotta run up towards them and stuff. It's a Crash Bandicoot section where you can't see in front of you, you just gotta jump and stuff. Then you reach them and you fight the big brother. Not the big brother, this young kind of beesh right there that you gotta fight and stuff. It's fun, you gotta know how to dodge, how to move here and there. The fight starts really fun where you throw a rock at them. The music is forgettable, it's not the most fun. Hence why it's at the A tier. And yeah, so you hit him and stuff, you gotta know how to dodge, you gotta know how to parry. That's what I love about God of War Ascension. It's like, it's so skill based. Like, you gotta know when to dodge, when to move, when to do stuff. The parry is so important, and you gotta know how to time it well and stuff. It's fun. Then his brother wakes up and he says, I'm gonna kill you myself and stuff, and he starts fighting you, and I hate his brother. I hate how he looks. I hate how he's attached to this guy, and I don't know. This is where the fight gets a little annoying. Not really hard. He throws a lot of projectiles. It's not the most fun. Like, you're hitting him here and there, but it's not the most fun. Next we have the last sister of Fate in God of War 2, which is this big booby monster. That's what I like to call her, because I forgot her name. We're just gonna call it the big booty monster. Big booby monster. Sorry, not booty. I don't want to see her booty. I really don't want to see her booty. Okay, so this one goes in the B section. Listen, it's not more fun than the Kraken. It's a fun puzzle. It's still a boss fight, okay? Like let's count the whole thing as a boss fight, you know, where you climb up towards her and you go up on her. I shouldn't have made that joke. You fight her and stuff, and then you fight her hands at first. It's a really fun puzzle. So yeah, I think it deserves the B spot. And the music when you reach her is really fun. Then you gotta stab her head with the big axe thingy. I don't know. It's not a very bad boss, and you kill her in a merciless way. Lahkesis at first, and then Atropos. Do I need to talk about how cool this boss fight is? Okay, let's get into why it deserves the triple S spot. Like, Listen, I wanted to make another tier just for Lahkesis and Atropos, just to put her alone in there. But let's not go there. Okay, it's a triple S. It's the best boss fight in God of War, in my opinion. It's the most fun. And every time I fight this boss, I start thinking, man, imagine if we had the God of War 3 system for God of War 2. Imagine being able to grapple onto her, hit her, you know, move away with the Hermes boots in the air with the wings and stuff, then go back, grapple onto her, hit her, do magic attacks, do all kinds of moves. That would have been the most Devil May Cry shit ever. Like, imagine that, bro. Imagine if we get a God of War 2 remaster, where they put the God of War 3 system in there. Oh my god. Please do it. Now I want it. Now I need it. Now I can't live without that. I'm gonna have this dream until I die. I want God of War 2 remastered with the combat physics of God of War 3, please. Let's get on to the boss fight. The music, 10 out of 10. Do I need to get to it? It's the same Rose fight where it builds up and stuff. That's the music. And it's really fun, man. You get to her after all you've been through. You tell her, get out of my way. She does not get out of your way. You fight her, and it's fun. There are 4 grapple points where you can grapple onto after you do a move or something, after you hit her in the air. She can also get in the air with you where you can hit her, glide back to places, grapple onto places until you can hit her more. Then she drops down, you grab her. Then she says, you cannot do this, Kratos, or something. Then Atropos, this MILF comes out of the mirror. I'm about to make the same jokes here. This MILF literally comes out of the mirror and just takes you and glides out and it takes you to the past. This is about to be the craziest shit that I'm about to explain. She takes you to the past on the sword that you take in the past and use it to kill Ares. Put that all in like one breath. I double dare you. Seriously, she takes you on the sword that you used to kill Ares in God of War 1. Now, she tries to break the sword, and if she breaks the sword, you die in the past, meaning you die in the present. And the death scene is really cool. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I've seen it when I was a kid and I was surprised, man. Like, the animation is the same for both Kratoses dying, the past Kratos and the present Kratos. And man, it's like, the story in there is like, if she breaks the sword, you don't fight any sword in God of War 1. Hence, Ares kills you. If she doesn't break the sword, the timeline stays the same. Oh my god. So you fight her, you gotta stop her from breaking the sword, she takes you, you kind of go back inside and stuff, and Lahkesis is behind you, says this power was never meant for a mortal! Or never meant for a mortal like you or something. Yeah, and then you think it's only you and Lahkesis, but actually no. Atropos comes back through the mirror. She can't come back because she's weakened and stuff, but she's still in the mirror. So you fight these 2 MILFs. Lahkesis gains more moves and stuff. She moves a lot more. You can still grapple on. This fight is fun from the start to the end. That's all that this is the timeline that I have in Premiere. I'm gonna be coming throughout the entirety of the timeline because I love this boss fight so much, and I cannot wait to play it on my PS3 again because I missed fighting this bish. I can't. I don't know what to say. I really can't. And so, yeah. I'm talking a lot here, but yeah, you fight her. She gets down and you gotta slow down time with the eye that you obtain. And then you gotta hit her sister and stuff. Then you gotta hit her sister twice. Like, you hit her a lot here, she drops down. You hit Lahkesis again, even more. Slow down, go hit her sister. And then it's only Lahkesis. You fight Lahkesis, and you're thinking it's only Lahkesis that you're fighting, but when you get into the quick time event, what it's one of my favorite quick time events of all time, like how it looks and what Kratos does and how Kratos moves, he grapples on. Like, they use the arena's my favorite arena of all time. It's my favorite. Nothing beats it. And you grapple onto her and you do some moves and stuff here and there, and it's crazy. I can't tell you how awesome it is until you see it with your own eyes. I'm pretty sure you've seen it a billion times. It's really, really cool, fun, fast, awesome, great music, fast, great, cool, awesome, great, fast, boost. I don't know what I'm saying. That quick time event, man, her sister comes back and I can't explain it anymore. A troll. Troll is not a boss fight, so I'm not gonna rank him. If I was to rank this first troll as a boss, I'd put him in the A section because he's a good tutorial boss, but he's not a boss. Yeah, you heard me, he's not a boss. Deimos is not that fun. I'm gonna put him in maybe in the C section? Okay, in the B section. Let's not disrespect our boy right here. This is fun mostly for the story, because like, you reach your brother after you just realized that he was still alive all these years. He wants to fight you now. And you know the rest, like it's a long back and forth between you and your brother. But then you get back together and fight Thanatos, and Thanatos kills him and all that. What is this? How is this a boss fight? Okay, this guy goes in here. He's still better than Baldur 2, believe it or not. I hate Baldur 2. While making the boss fisting in God of War 4 video, you might be seeing it on the screen right now, I hated my guts for fighting him. It was a fist only fight. That's why it was kind of slightly better than normal, because there was no color-coded shtick going on. But he was moving around so much. He had a lot of goons. He was not fun. He wasn't doing fun moves. He was doing moves you'd see in Clash of Clans. Have you guys played that game? I'm pretty sure you played it on your phone. He used to do stupid moves in that. He did stupid. I don't know what I'm saying, okay? Point is, Hephaestus is still better than Baldur 2. Poseidon. Poseidon goes in the S rank. Better than the Pandora Guardian. Not better than Colossus. Poseidon followed up the Colossus opening in the craziest way. And this has been a debate in my mind, like which one has a better opening, God of War 2 or 3. And like the scale of God of War 3 is so crazy. And the other day I did say God of War 2's opening is the craziest for me, and I still hold that. Poseidon is really fun. Like that moment where he comes up and says, "You challenging me, mortal? A god of Olympus?" And Kratos talks back to him, and man, the music in here. You're on top of Gaia, fighting Poseidon's monsters at first. It's phases. It's basically like Colossus. Like you can see Corey's influence at the start of this game, because Corey did develop some of the game at the start, then left the studio. But you can see Corey's influence in here. It's like just the same as Colossus. You fight phases. At first you fight a horse, you fight another horse, that's 2 phases. And the third phase is the climax where you fight Poseidon himself. Everything is crazy. It's not as fun as Colossus for me because it doesn't have a lot of crazy gimmicks to it. But it's fun nonetheless, and how you, when Gaia punches the mannequin that Poseidon made, and you go inside of that water monster and take Poseidon out of the heart, and you kill Poseidon in the most violent, vicious, son of a bitches way ever. Like you kill this guy in the most badass, your mother's a fat bitch type of way. You kill him by putting your thumbs in his eyes, and you feel it because you press L3 and R3 and you feel like you're putting your thumbs inside of Poseidon's eyes, and I'm about to cry because this is so good. Next we have Kronos. Kronos goes in the S rank as well. He's better than Pandora's Guardian. Kronos is so fun. He's just another big boss. Now this guy has a lot. This guy's a level. This guy's a platform of his own. You climb up to this guy, you beat him, he talks to you. You first go on to Gaia's hand, you invested there, you become Batman right there, and you just invest what's going on. Then he picks it up. Turns out Gaia's hand was on Kronos' hand, and he looks at you and he talks to you. The music is the craziest. That's one thing you can't go wrong with. The scale of this place, like you feel like you're on top of a giant fighting him. And this is the great thing, is like he interacts with you when you fight the smaller goons on his hand. Like he's like this, he spits on you, he vomits, he screams, he talks, he puts his hand where you take off his nail. You heard me, his nail. And oh my god, I can't put that on YouTube. It's so dark. I don't want to get my channel deleted. You fight him, you climb him up even more, you fight a large variety of enemies and stuff. Then the idiot tries to stomp you, turns you into a bloody stain, but no. Then he tries to, there's a Cyclops that comes at his shoulder. That I thought that was really cool when I saw it. Everything was crazy about this boss fight, man. I love it so much. I cannot stress it. And then you reach him, and he says, "Eating you will be more pleasant to me." No! That was a stupid idea. Then you drive down and you just stab him with the Blade of Olympus, the Titan Smoker. Hold on, this is disrespectful. I gotta see his name. I'm really sorry. I gotta see his name right now. This is disrespectful to not put him in the video. The God Vader. Sensei. This guy called the Blade of Olympus the Titan Smoker. This was the funniest video I've ever seen in my life, man. It was so funny. Alright, now back to the boss fight of Kronos. You hit him, you literally gut him. You can see his guts. He holds his guts in his hands. And God of War 3 is my favorite game of all time. I can't talk. Then you get on top of him, stab him with the Blade of Olympus right on the head. Now there is some... Okay, I'm not gonna say this. It's gonna be for the Ice Park. Let's not say it. You stab him with the Blade of Olympus, and voila! You get the Omphalos Stone. You go back to Hephaestus, which is not a boss fight. Why is he in this list? Anyways, you go back to Hephaestus. He makes you the Nemesis Whip, one of my favorite weapons of all time. The rest is history. Okay, Zeus won. This guy goes in the A section. Okay, maybe I'm treating this guy too harshly. This guy goes in the S section. What was I saying? He's not an A. He's not more fun than Colossus for me, personally, you know? Okay, he's more fun than Colossus. I changed my mind from the top 10 bosses based on fun, alright? The link for that video is going to be in the description. But I changed my mind. This guy's more fun than Colossus. I think even in the list I put him above Colossus. Like Colossus was at number 9 and then Zeus was at number 8. I'm pretty sure it was like that. Zeus 2 is really fun. Listen, you reach him and he's stabbing you from the past. You go, you take him out, but then what about the Kratos that is on the ground? That's when the timeline gets freaked up. That's the thing that I hate about multiverses and stuff, because it kind of messes with the timeline. Like, what is that Kratos gonna do? He sees another Kratos saving him. What is he gonna do? What is the guy from this timeline gonna do? None. Okay, so you reach him and you really piss him off when you say the sisters are dead. I can't wait to reach that on the PS3. I cannot wait, I'm telling you. Zeus gets pissed, takes you to another place, you fight him. At first he's gigantic, you have to get those ballet dancers and you gotta break their spines so that he weakens and stuff. It's really, really fun. Like, I'm telling you, this one is a lot of fun. It's not just a video out there. Not just a boss fight out there, sorry. It has a gimmick, but it's not a simple, stupid gimmick. It's fun. And then you gotta hit him with the blade of Olympus while his hand is on the ground and he's stunned and stuff. Then you gotta grab him with circle and he decreases to the same size as Kratos. And I love how Kratos goes from this to this. And you fight him. I used to laugh a lot at that when I was a kid playing on PS2. The fun that you have when it's a one-on-one is not the craziest. Let's be honest here. You fight him first holding the blade of Olympus. You gotta hit him, you gotta dodge, he's really fast and crazy. This boss fight is really crazy. It's Zeus. It's literally what you've been working for like the entirety of the game. You start hitting him, he starts hitting you, he starts hitting you. Then he's like, give me rent! And he tries to take the blade of Olympus and he takes it successfully. Now you're fighting him with the blades of chaos. You fight him, and you're like, give me rent! And you take the blade of Olympus again. And you hit him, and then he takes the blade of Olympus. This is so fun, man. This is one of the most fun bosses ever. It's like, I put it in the S rank because it does not compare with the other bosses. Okay, listen. Let's put him in the S rank. This guy is really fun. This is not a top thingy. It's not a top 10 and stuff. This guy deserves the S rank. These guys don't deserve the S rank that much, but this guy definitely deserves the S rank right here. And then you're like, I lay down my arms, Zeus. A really smart move. It's like, when you're in war, you gotta be smart. And Kratos was the smartest ever. Now Zeus comes down and he says something like, I'm ending your life, but your torment is just beginning. Like, clarifying and telling him that your torment will not end. Like, there's still Hades that you gotta suffer in for eternity. But Kratos turns around and you see the coolest thing ever. It's like, this is one of the coolest quick time events as well. Kratos gets his head up when he says your torment is just beginning and turns around and just parries the thing with the Golden Fleece. Yeah, the coolest quick time event, one of the coolest, I don't know. You pair him with the Golden Fleece and you just start hitting him. And again, it's like, this is a crazy boss fight. Then you try to stab him and you successfully do stab him. You get your revenge. You do get the satisfaction of stabbing him with the blade of Olympus. You even start penetrating him with it. It's so fun. It's so satisfying. Then the big beast comes in, Athena. Athena comes in and tries to attack you, says you cannot do this, and you know the rest. That's when the boss fight ends and you get the craziest cliffhanger. It's God of War 2, and you know that. Next we have... See that? You see what I'm seeing right here. God of War 3. Zeus 2. Yeah, God of War 3's Zeus is like, I don't know where to begin with this. Okay, so he starts off by pissing the life out of you when he hits Pandora to the ground. And Kratos goes with the whole dun, 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 dun. And the fight starts when those 4 notes, I think it's 4 notes, yeah, they hit. Dun, 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 dun. And the fight starts in a 2D way. Like, you're just, Kratos is on the left, Zeus is on the right. Fight! Just like a Mortal Kombat fight, man. Just like a Street Fighter fight. Any 2D fight. And you beat the life out of him, he beats the life piss out of you, and you just hit him while being pissed and all that. It's like you finally reached Zeus with all the power in your hands. You finally beat the life out of him now. You get to beat his face. This fight starts off the craziest. Like, this is the most fun phase of this boss. It has 3 phases. 4 phases, by the way. This is the most fun phase because you have all the skills. It's just crazy. Then you go into 2 quick time events. The first one you just damage him a little bit, but you go into some really cool quick time events. Then the other one where you beat him and stuff, where Pandora, you try to reach for Pandora and where KRATOS is holding onto her hand, and where Zeus pisses you off from behind. It's like, don't fail her like you failed your family. And KRATOS is the most pissed in there. Not as pissed as losing Deimos, but he was still really pissed in there. Like, it's crazy. And he goes and he just loses a Pandora in a fit of rage, and he goes back to Zeus, stomps him and stuff. And then you follow him again and you fight him in the second phase. This second phase is really not that long. It's a short second phase because you fight him a little bit for like a minute and a half. Then Gaia comes in and just holds you like a McDonald's hamburger. I don't know if they make hamburgers or not. And she just says, father and son will die together, and you go inside of Gaia through the hole that Poseidon made. And now you fight inside of Gaia. Nothing new. You hit her hard a couple of times, then Zeus comes in and just like goes like this. And this is where the third phase starts, and this is the craziest phase ever. Like, I know I said the first phase is the most fun, but when it comes to craziness, and have I mentioned this fight's music is all crazy. Every background music that starts in here is the craziest thing you're gonna hear in any media. So the Zeus versus KRATOS theme starts, and you just start brawling. One punches the other, one hits the other. It's so fun and crazy. It's like you hit him, he hits you, he starts summoning other Zeuses that you gotta hit, and you just go all out against them, man. And then finally he can also heal from Gaia's heart as well. And then finally you get the quick time event and you grab him and you just go in this kind of over the shoulder perspective where you and him, you press L1 and R1, you gotta go. Can't wait to play this in my one-handed challenge, because man, imagine pressing all of those L1 and R1s. That's gonna be hell to go through, I just realized. And so yeah, you finally take him and you just like overpower him and you just hit him, and his back is onto the wall being Gaia's heart, and you're like there and you finally just hit him with the blade. And he still tries to stop you, but then you're just driving the blade up inside of him and Gaia's heart. And it's the most insane moment ever. It's like the craziest thing you'll ever see in gaming history. You're killing both of them. He still tries to take you away, but then KRATOS removes his hands and still stabs him even further. That's the end of the third phase. Then he turns into Fear Zeus, where he takes you and he kills you or lets the fear inside you. Then you go back for the fourth phase. The fourth phase being you just punching the life out of him. It's like the game telling you, here you go. You finally reached Zeus. You killed him. Congrats. And that's it for the Zeus 2. It's not more fun than Lahkesis because Lahkesis is Lahkesis, and I can't betray that spot for her. It's so fun, but not more fun than Lahkesis. Next we have what's this bitch called? I forgot her name. This bitch goes in the S rank. She actually goes in the A rank, sorry. She goes maybe right here. Now I'm gonna say why it's more fun than Hraezlyr, for example, Euryale or Euryale or any of these other bosses, and why it's not in the S or triple S rank. When you fight this bitch, it's crazy. It's the craziest thing ever. Like, the background music explains madness for you, just with the drums and all that stuff going around. I cannot explain to you why this boss is so good, also so bad at the same time, but let's try. Okay, so it's a hype boss. Let me explain what I mean by a hype boss. So you're fighting her and her sister. Like, I haven't fought this boss in a while, so my opinion might change when I reach her in God of War Ascension, but let's start with what I know right now from all the days that I used to play it on PS3. A lot of the times it's quick time events. Like, the most hype moments are quick time events. Or you have moments where you hit her tentacle to remove her tentacle from your way, so you start feast on her real body. Her sister fights you. I don't remember a lot about this, but you kind of fight her too. Like, you gotta be busy with her as well, while the big monster attacks you and stuff. And it's just mad, man. It's crazy. Like, I'm having a headache trying to explain it because it's fun. And so yeah, it's fun, but not the craziest fun. It's like, I'm not gonna put it in S or triple S. Like, you see, Colossus has some stuff to do. Poseidon, Kronos, Pandora's Guardian. These guys all have a lot of stuff, but I don't know. It's just hype. I don't know. Hades goes in the S rank, where he's even more fun than Hercules, believe it or not. This boss, you fight him in the underground, and he was taunting you throughout your way till you reach him, but then he actually acknowledges your skills. I think he says something like, he says you are a capable warrior. I see why Zeus was just keeping you around. The fight is so fun. It's just you and him, no one else, except for the hands of the underground coming out to hit you and stuff. You fight him, it's really fun. You take off one of his muscles. You gotta hit the muscle so that it doesn't go back to Hades. Really cool, some sci-fi shit going on in here. Then you gotta take his other place. I think it's in his chest right here, and you take it off. You do the same thing. He has a lot of moves, a lot of crazy moves, and you can move around. The arena is really big and awesome. It's amazing how you fight him and stuff. I love fighting him so much. And then the game changes into a perspective like RE4 again, over the shoulder, where you gotta hit him, slash him, dodge. It's like a God of War Ascension section, where it has a lot of these stuff where you hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit him a couple of times, dodge. And so yeah, it's really fun. And then he drops down to the ground. You take his own claws and the most vicious type of, where you start hitting him on the I forget what it's called, not the floor, the ceiling, yeah. And then he drops into the river Styx, but you think he's dead because the river Styx is the hardest shtick ever. But no, he comes back from the river Styx while you're fighting some goose. He just surprises you, and then you start hitting him. You start feast on him. There are 2 grapple points that you can grapple to go behind him and stuff. Then you get to the quick time event, where it's really fun because you go behind him and you just drop him to the right, drop him to the left, hit him with the other hook because his blades have hooks. The claws of Hades have hooks. They're claws, literally. You take his soul. Oh my god! It's so crazy. Yeah, like you've seen the Atlas cutscene in God of War 2, right? Where he just takes the soul of a titan and just stands like this. Kratos does literally the same thing, where he takes his soul. It's the craziest shtick ever, man. I can't help but put it in the triple S rank. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy, okay? Next we have Baldur 1. Baldur 1 goes into triple S. He's more fun than Zeus 1. This guy is so fun because you start and he just surprises you so much with the wordplay that goes on in there. Cause like you think he's referencing Greece, but he's not. He's actually still talking, thinking that you're a giant and stuff. That's beside that. Oh, and I forgot, the Hades music is awesome. It's like number 1. Like I cannot forget that. It's unforgettable. Baldur's music is so good. I love this song so much. I give it a 10 out of 10 as well because it's so fun. I like when you listen to it, and it gets crazier. The more you go, it gets even crazier because you start smashing the landscape. The earth splits open. Everything is crazy in this boss fight. The music builds up to it crazily, and you fight him and he's feeling nothing. The first phase, you hit him a little bit until you get his health bar to the middle. Then he takes you for some awesome movements here or there to the ceiling, to the, I don't know, the upper floor. I cannot believe that I forgot what it's called. You fight him, he takes you, he does a suplex to you, you hit him with a tree, you go to the second phase. The second phase starts off with a rage mode. Like this is one of the craziest rage modes you'll see. Like Kratos comes out of the rocks and hits him and goes crazy mode in him. And you hit him with the rage mode in the second phase as well. In the third phase, well, you guys go to the air and start hitting each other. Kratos drops, he drops, you try to climb up and he says pathetic, hits the ground. It's so crazy in that, and that's when the third phase starts, and this is the craziest phase because he does all the moves, you do all the moves, you know what he does. And here's the thing, the second Baldur fight is in the Baldur 2, is in the lowest rank ever. While the first Baldur is just in triple S, like even more fun than Zeus 1. There are a lot of reasons for this. Like this one, you can juggle him, he's not color coded. Like, have you played this shtick on New Game Plus? It's the most fun thing ever to juggle him around, do moves, move. He does some moves that are not RPG, like they're not like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale moves, they're not Dragon City moves, they're not World of Warcraft moves, they're God of War moves, where he moves here, he's fast, he comes here, you gotta dodge, you gotta break him, you gotta do stuff, you can juggle him, you can hit him in the air, you can throw the axe to hit him even more. It's fun, and then you crack his neck, everything is fun about this. Let's move on. What is this? That's another Valkyrie. We're not gonna count that. This Scorpion from God of War 3 goes in the C rank. Because it's really not fun. I don't like it. It's my least favorite boss in God of War after Helios and these guys aren't bosses. I don't know why they are on this list. Yeah, this guy's not fun. He has some stupid gimmick where you had to hit him with the Nemean cestus to break his legs. Then you kind of hit him and stuff. It's not fun. I can't get into it. It's not really fun. I think this is the fight in God of War Ascension with the sisters, like the first one where you fight two of the sisters, the one who you cut her arm, and another one that's with her, who has the birch thingy with her. This is a fun boss, but I don't remember a lot about it, so I'm just gonna put it in the A. Hold on, where did I put? I'm just gonna put it right here, because I'm pretty sure it's much more fun than these other bosses in here in the A rank. It's really fun. I'm playing God of War Ascension right now. When I reach them, I'm gonna have my mind change. Maybe these will go in the S rank as well. Who knows? Or maybe a little further in the A rank. This guy's name I kind of forgot. But Kratos goes on to him to deliver a message, but he doesn't agree for it. He says, "Take my riches, take my bitches, take my money, take my mother's a fat bitch. I know your mother's a fat bitch, and I'm gonna put you in C rank because..." Listen, not C rank, maybe B rank. Yes, maybe. Actually, I think the B fits him good, because he has some goons that are not out of place, like the Baldur 2, that is the worst boss fight ever. He fights in a fun way, like you gotta still dodge and stuff. It's a good tutorial boss for God of War Chains of Olympus. It's not bad. This guy, I forgot his name. I think his name is Typhon. This is the only Olympian that kills Kratos, I think. I don't know. Not the only Olympian. What about Zeus? This guy goes in the A rank. He's not as fun as Thanatos, but he's still fun. He has some gimmicks here and there. You gotta go back to the underground. You come back to him. You fight him. This time you have the gauntlet. This time you have a lot more stuff. So it is fun. It really is fun. But not a lot I can say because I haven't played Ghost of Sparta in a while. Persephone. Persephone goes in the... Okay, this beach goes in the A rank because... But she's more fun than Euryale. I don't know her name. Okay, maybe she's not more fun. But she's still fun. She still goes on to a place where you got to drop her down, you got to parry with the shield of Helios, you got to hit her back. And the story behind it is crazy. It's like you meet your daughter for the first time after she died. She tells you she's destroying the world with Atlas and stuff, and man, you go up and you fight her, and combat-wise it's fun. This boss fight is fun, okay? It's not the worst, but it's just God of War Chains of Olympus didn't have a lot of crazy stuff. That's why I'm not talking crazy about it. When I played on PS3, my mind is gonna change. Again, God of War Ghost of Sparta and God of War Chains of Olympus, my mind might heavily change. Like, also Ascension, because like I haven't fought a lot of these bosses in a while. Like, see the daughter of Thanatos, and my mind might change about it. Like, I don't know. Okay, the Hydra from God of War 1. This takes the triple. Nah, this takes the S rank. It's more fun than Kronos. Definitely more fun. The opening of God of War 1, 2, 3 are crazy. God of War 1 starts with you finding the Hydra heads, and then finally reaching the crazy Hydra after collecting the Poseidon Rage. This boss, I have a lot of crazy memories and a lot of bad, sad memories, because I broke a God of War disc once. Because, you know, I was playing God of War 1, and I did mention that I was playing God of War 2 before God of War 1. Like, I played God of War 2 first. And this son of a bitch had a section that you had to mash the circle button in God of War 1, and in God of War 1, it was the hardest shit you could ever do in your life. It's so hard. In PS Vita, they fixed it. I don't know how it's going to be in the PS3 version. We'll have to see. It's fun. You fight the small heads at first. I think it's 4 heads that you fight. Then you finally reach her, the big cheese, I can say, where she eats. She has the captain in her throat. I don't know how he never fell or anything, but yeah. It's a fun fight and it deserves the S rank. It's more fun than Poseidon. Okay, no, it's not. I take it back. It's not more fun than Poseidon. We have the Hecatonkers in God of War Ascension. I did fought him a couple of days ago. This guy greatly deserves the B spot, but he's better than Kratos' mother. This boss is fun, the scale is awesome, especially when you reach the big head thingy where he has two tentacles from here and there, you gotta hit him, he has goons. The goons are not out of place, they're good, they're correctly placed. The first phase where you fight only one monster that comes out of the hand, comes out of the thingy in here. He's fun, he's really fun, he's not that bad, you know? And the music is crazy, in God of War Ascension, the music is really awesome and all that. I might fight him in New Game Plus and I might have a lot more fun, who knows? The Last Spartan, this guy for what he did and for the story behind him, I'm definitely gonna have to put him in the A rank. And not in anywhere in here, because he's not that crazy of a boss, you just hit him, you can't juggle him, you can't move him. The music is awesome, and it leads to the Kraken boss. Now this guy is not the most fun, but I'm gonna put him in front of Persephone because he's one hard Spartan, I'll tell you this bit. So you reach that one place and you fight him and you're just two shadows, like you can't see each other. Like not even Kratos can see him. You hit him, he hits you, you hit him, then you finally catch him, you stab him, you go through the window with him, you drop down, then you realize it's the last Spartan, and then Kratos realizes it's the last Spartan, and then he tells you how he got into there, which is the most tragic story in God of War ever. I can't continue on saying what happened because it's really tragic. This man seeked out the Sisters of Fate to change Sparta's fate, and Kratos killed him on accident. I can't really talk more about this guy. He's still in my heart somewhere. Ares is in triple S. The climax of God of War 1, and he's more fun than Baldur. He's definitely more fun than Baldur. The music is the craziest Shin Budokai thing ever you're gonna hear. Okay, the music is the craziest shit ever. Like, I used it in every video I think that I have for God of War. It's crazy and defines madness for you. You fight him first in his big face. You're big as well. You transform. You're like, I am not the same monster you met that day. And you just start boxing him. No, you just hold the blades like you're starting to box him. You fight him. He has some fast moves. You gotta know how to parry. You gotta use every skill that you gain throughout the entirety of God of War 1. Then he kind of gets mad after a quick time event and he makes a portal and it takes you to a place that I still don't know what that place is. So you fight a bunch of Kratoses that spawn in there and you try to save your wife and your daughter from the Kratoses that are trying to hit them. So you gotta kill all the Kratoses, you can even interact with them to get them HP, you lose your health to give them health. A really cool thing that David Jaffe included in the gameplay in there, man. That's a really awesome thing. David Jaffe, I love you. Please design God of War design the God of War that's gonna come after Ragnarok. Because I'm pretty sure if he designs it, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go with the old formula. And man, I love you God of War 4 and God of War Ragnarok, but I really want to see the fixed cameras and stuff of God of War 1, 2, 3, Ascension, Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus again, please. Yeah, then Ares tries to take your blades and he successfully takes them and kills your wife and your daughter again with the same blades that killed them, and Kratos is just depressed. Kratos is done. Kratos is dead. Kratos is freaked up. He says, not this again and stuff, and he starts being sad, and Ares tries to kill you, and then you look to your left and you see the big sword that I mentioned in the Lahkesis and Atropos fight. Kratos rolls, takes the sword, he says, I still have allies in Olympus. He beats you, you fight Ares and it's really fun. This second phase with Ares is really, really fun. It's like the two of you share a health bar. This health bar is the health bar of your swords. Your sword and Ares' sword. You fight it out. Who's stronger? Whose sword is gonna keep up in this fight? You finally win, you stab him in here, man. The stabbing goes in here. And Kratos says the most badass thing ever. Ares says something like, I just wanted to make you a great warrior, and Kratos says, you succeeded. And stabs him, does not let him say any other word. Stabs him right here. I've seen stabs go in the stomach or anywhere, but here? My brother, that got into his neck as well. You beat him, everything is done, and it's just, I don't know how else to say this. Then we have Sparta Jalvarhufo. I don't know what this stupid name is. Sorry, my eyes. Okay. I don't know what his name is. He starts with Svarta something in God of War 4. I love this boss fight. I'm definitely gonna put it in the B because it's kind of like the normal enemies. It's not as fun as the Hecatompyres, okay? Kind of like the normal light elves, but not completely like them. So yeah, but still is really, really, really fun. I gotta say this bit. I fight him a lot and stuff like, but it was a mistake to put him on the boss fisting video that I had. But it's whatever. Like the video's that it's a boss fisting, and I tried to fist this guy only, but nothing happened. The music is not so great. I give it a 3 out of 10 at max. A solid 3 out of 10. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this boss. He's fun, and when you beat him, he says we made a great mistake and all that. It was good. But that's it. He's not really that crazy of a boss. That's why I put him in the B section, because he's still like the other light elves. And guys, this is my tier list. These two left. I mean, this is Sigrun, so let's not just take another space in here. And this is a troll that I'm not gonna. He's not a boss, okay? Trolls weren't meant to be bosses. Guys, this is the end of this video for the God of War Bosses Tier List. This is my tier list right here, my favorite bosses of all time. And it's just, tell me what you guys think about this list. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not gonna agree, because this is gonna be basically like the zombies tier list thingy where everyone and their mother made a tier list for zombie maps. This is for God of War bosses. This is a long list, so make sure to observe anything in here. I was talking about fun, I was talking about combat, I was talking about background music, I was talking about lore, I was talking about everything and every kind of stuff, something that happens here and there. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you made it this far, I've been recording for 1 hour and 20 minutes right now. If you made it this far, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. I upload a lot of God of War. I upload a lot of God of War gameplays, reviews, walkthroughs, videos like these, retrospectives in the future maybe, top 5s, top 10s, rankings, anything God of War related. Guys, thank you for staying this long. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for the awesome support. It's been your Extreme Gamer Zesty. Peace.